Hi everyone, and welcome to the Psychic Sleuth channel. Tonight we're going to be working on Ana Walshe, or I think it's Anna, right? And so the reason why I'm a little late working on this is due to the fact that, I have private readings. I've been trying to kind of recoup from all the work I did on Idaho 4. This is very draining, energetically draining work. So I take cases and do them as I can get to them. So I get to them as soon as possible. I stay away from them if I'm ever going to work on them. So I know there's a lot of information out there on her. I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't been anywhere. Vanished and Forgotten has been the one that's been researching so she can validate this. But I, for one, do not know anything about this case except for the husband was arrested. But I was tagged in it in TikTok when she first went missing, and he reminded me Chris Watts vibe was what I was getting. And that was basically it for the time being because I just have not gotten a chance. So I will never work a reading. I will never work a case if I know too much about the case. Okay, so you can take my word for that with the integrity that I don't know nothing before a case. And I like to do it that way because I like things to be very pure. I don't like to know anything because I feel like it muddies the waters. So keep that in mind. As I get the information, it may be stuff that is out there, but again, I do not know anything. And Spirit will give factual information to validate things. So this is January 17th, 2022 or 23. Sorry, 2023. I'm still stuck in last year. And so keep in mind, you might hear dogs, you might see animals. That's just my life. And in Vanished and Forgotten does have kids, so you may see some in and out of the screen. And, you guys, we work from home, so keep that in mind and try to understand we do the best we can, but life is life. And it's not like we have a video production company that does this for us. So the reason why Vanished and Forgotten comes on is because I bounce off of her. Like, she's a sitter. Okay, so she's a sitter I'm giving a reading to. Sometimes she can validate. What she can't validate, she'll say yes to. That will keep me focused on the way that I'm going. It's like if you were sitting and having a reading with me. So it's easier to bounce off of somebody like that than to just sit here and try to pull the information. I can do that, but we feel like it flows better with her. We feel like her intuition also boosts me a little bit, and she can validate, keep me on the right track. There's everything she's going to be able to validate. So of course she's just going to say yes. It keeps me going in the direction I'm going so that I don't question myself too much. As you guys know, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. These are not in any way factual information. It's only psychic medium impressions. Viewer discretion is advised because I don't know what I'm going to be getting, and I have a bad feeling that I might be getting a little bit of bad things on this, but I will be as gentle as I can and respectful of the family and friends. I do this for the right reasons. I do this for the victims and to give them a voice. Everything happens in the own timing that it's supposed to happen in, so I'll get the information that I'm supposed to get. If I'm supposed to get it, I'll get it. Keep in mind that I do get interconnects, so while I try to focus and make sure that everything I get is here, sometimes I do get info on future cases or things that are happening around. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I notice connections, and there's a lot of Brians in the news right now. And a lot of Athenas and things like that. So that just has to go with timing. Okay. And as far as interconnects, like I said, I got Quentin in the landfill 3 years before it ever happened. That's just an idea of how my interconnects work. It's not something that I can help. It's just the way that it is. So while I try to remain focused, I also think everything around the case. So although, I might get I will usually get things on the perp, of course. That's what I try to do. I try to get things on the victim, but I may get things around their family, around their friends, around whatever's happening around the situation. So keep that in mind. Okay. I do also try to get the story, as much of the story as possible. So just to remind you guys, information can be past, present, or future, symbolic, or have multiple meanings. Spirit will sometimes use my references, experiences, or how I relate to something to try to explain what they are wanting to say. As I'm getting the information, Vanished and Forgotten is going to validate or say yes, whatever. It will help me continue with the same energy and keep me going. I think that's it. I do try to get everything, like I said, on a case that I can, but I can only get what they give me, plain and simple. I'll give you exactly what I see, and that'll be that. So I may cough a little bit because I'm fighting a cough for some reason, and talking more, it's going to make me cough. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to bring on Vanished and Forgotten now and pull up my picture so we can get going on this. So I don't hear complaints about me talking and jibber jabbering.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. All right. So as Vanished and Forgotten knows and can tell you guys, I've stayed away from this case on purpose, because I wanted to work it. I've been wanting to work it for the past whatever many days. It's just finding the time and energy to do so. I do things as I. That's just the way it goes. Can you hear me? Okay. You hear me right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just pulling up this picture of her, and I'm going to get going on it. I do scribble as I bring in the energies, so in case people are wondering what I'm doing, I'm not writing anything, I am scribbling. Okay, so she's coming in with like arguments. Like she shows me her arguing with her husband.
Yeah.
And I feel like this like I hear narcissist. I feel like this started a while ago. And I feel like it started I keep getting like a year at least where it kind of has shifted or changed, like their relationship, where they were like butting heads a lot, not getting along very well, like that kind of stuff. That's coming in. I also feel like she started to see a different side to him. It comes in. I hear the word mean streak. And I feel like maybe he wasn't like maybe he was good at hiding like his true self before, but there's a reference to like just a change. There's some kind of change or shift or something. Now things are always as we perceive them, so I may sometimes perceive things wrong, as I forgot to mention that. But that's the way it's coming across to me, is that she, and then it's like she wanted to leave, like she felt she was in danger. So I don't know if she told family and friends that she was in danger, but it comes across as is he's getting dangerous. I think he even threatened to kill her or unalive her. I think I also get like watching her every move. I see him possibly on a computer watching her, or maybe even tracking her phone or things like that. Like he became very possessive and very controlling. And I feel like he had delusions. I hear the word delusions. Like he had delusions about her cheating on him or leaving him. I mean, I do think she wanted to leave him. But prior to that, there's delusions of things that she was doing that she really wasn't doing. It's almost like he may have some form. I kind of get mental illness with him as well. I'm getting that brain thing now that we've known what it is. Now Spirit's going to use that as a symbol with the so he's got something going on there, psychopath, sociopath, some kind of, he does have narcissistic tendencies. And again, it's almost like I feel like he wasn't always like this, or he didn't always show this side.
Right.
And I think everybody thought that he was normal. And but at the same time, it comes across as like he was also different in public than he was at home with them, or with her. So does she have kids? I keep getting, there's a reference to two. many kids she has. I'm getting 2, but I don't know if there's more or if it's just
She has 3.
3. Or are there just 2 in the house? Are they older?
No.
Are they all his? Or is this okay? I don't understand what she's showing me 2 for. I don't know. I'm not going to try to guess at why I'm perceiving, but it's weird because I see kids and then I see 2. So I don't know why she's just showing me 2. So I hear the words tracking her movements.
Yes.
Because I feel like she could leave, but he couldn't or something. There's something about like I feel like he didn't always come across as like a bad guy, but there's something about 5 years. I don't know where that comes in at either. But she said she was in a situation she was trying to get out of, but she couldn't get out of.
Yes.
I don't know if divorce was mentioned, but there's she's talking about divorcing.
Yes.
Also, I'm going back to the kids again. Is there 2 of one sex?
No.
There's not 2 boys or 2 girls?
No. There are 3 boys.
3, they're all the same sex?
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about here. Unless 2 were home and 1 wasn't, or 2 saw something or knew something. There's something with just 2 of them, but the other is not being mentioned for some reason, but she's mentioning the 2.
Okay.
And I'm not understanding that. I'm just going to leave that. She's probably like, darn it, Rachelle, you're not getting what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I wonder if he was into like some other stuff. Like shady stuff. Because I hear, and I'm not saying he really was, but I hear the words criminal mastermind, like maybe he wanted to be, or he was into like she said that she never like expected him to be like a criminal, or it was like she got stuck in this situation where he was very charming and stuff, like in the beginning, and different in the beginning of the relationship. I'm not really sure what shifted. It's there's some kind of shift here that's happening that she's talking about. But I feel like it was kind of building up for a long time. And also, I get like an obsessive feeling with her, like if I can't have you, no one else can, kind of obsessive feeling.
Right.
He comes across as like a psychopath or sociopath. Like he's got those tendencies, but it's almost like he didn't show that always, or he wasn't always this bad.
Yeah.
She says, I knew I was gonna die. Yeah. I knew I wasn't gonna make it out alive, is what she's saying. And I never use that word, but that's the word she's giving me. Is so she shows me like kind of the time leading up to this. I see him like throwing stuff, like getting really mad and throwing stuff. And that might just be symbolic for him having a temper and kind of flying off edge. Okay. Or being on edge, I should say.
Right.
There's something with her purse. She keeps showing me her purse, so I'm not really sure.
Okay.
that's about. And I think originally he have some sort of there's some sort of story here that's a bunch of bull crap.
Yes. Yes.
Where I think like he said she left or went on a trip or something, or she left him, or it's all a bunch of load of crap. It's just another. I mean, we see this all the times with the husbands. They make up these stories. I'm trying to get her to kind of show me what happened. So there's a reference to the night before.
Okay.
She takes me back 2 nights though. I get an airplane. Was she actually supposed to take a trip?
Yes. Yeah. She was supposed to get on a plane.
Was it like for business or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because they keep showing me an airplane like she's supposed to get on the airplane for, she says, work.
Yes.
And it's like she says I never made it, but it was something happened. Okay, so there's something that's boiling up. I keep going back to like a Chris Watts situation. You know, I know that she went on a trip and came back, and it's not going to be exactly the same, but there's something. I'm trying to get the timing on this because I feel like the timing's like weird.
Yep.
Because there's a reference to like 2 nights before, and then like the night before, like she was supposed to leave.
Okay.
So I don't know if there was something that happened like where like 2 nights before, but then this happened like the night she was supposed to leave. I feel like it's almost like he thought about it and he thought about doing it because it comes across as like he knew that she was going to leave, or he knew that she wanted to leave.
Yeah.
He didn't, like, he has an obsessive feeling with her.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to be without her, and he'd rather just do this. But so I feel like he thought about it, and I feel like he thought about it for a while. Like it comes across like the thought would cross his mind every time he get mad at her. He just thought about unaliving her. And I feel like it actually may have gotten physical. I know it's definitely emotional, but I feel like it had already gotten physical at this up to this point.
Yeah.
So in a way it's sort of planned, but not really. Like he thought about it. Okay, so he thought about like if he did it, what he would do, where he would put her, all that stuff. But there's something about getting really, really angry with her this night. It's something to do with the trip.
Okay.
Like maybe he didn't want her to go, or he didn't trust her, or something like that. There's something. It starts an argument because I hear yelling back and forth.
Okay.
With an argument.
Yeah.
So there's a reference to. Okay, so just warning. This is that we're getting into what happened. So I'm just warning everybody. I'll be as gentle as I can. So what I'm seeing is they keep showing me a knife. Okay. So, but also it's like she tried to walk away and I get the grabbing of the hair to pull back. Okay. And then there's a reference to being very physical with her. I feel like I'm being hit in the face, or punched in the face, I should say. Punch. It wasn't an open fist. It was a punch. I feel like I'm being punched. I feel like I'm being like my head is being slammed. It's weird because I don't know there's something about the kitchen that keeps coming in. Like I don't know if they were in the kitchen or something like that, because you know how sometimes there's like, and this might be symbolic, but sometimes there's a knife that's like sitting on a counter or something. It's weird. Like I see him on top of her, like doing what he's doing to her, and then it's like I see him reach and grab a knife off the kitchen counter. Okay. it comes across as being stabbed several times.
Okay.
Like his anger, like he lost control.
Yeah.
It's weird because he's taking me back to, I mean, I'm being taken back to Idaho 4. And my cases kind of flow into one another, but I'm taken back to there, as to like similar as far as, you know, what he did to her.
Okay.
Like this comes across as very brutal. I feel like so much rage with him, like he just couldn't stop himself.
Okay.
She shows me like a pool of blood. And it's almost like, I don't really know what their house is like, but I'm wondering if it's like goes kitchen and then living room, because it's like I'm between the two. And there's something about the kitchen counter for some reason, but it's like she's showing me a pool of blood. So I don't know if there was a pool there that he tried to clean up, or he disposed of something afterwards, or something like that. But because I see him like trying to clean it. I see
Right.
him like, and there's a reference to also, I see him going at some point to a store and grabbing supplies. They show me a receipt. So I don't know if like he's caught on camera somewhere, or if he has the receipt or something like that. But there's supplies that he cleaning supplies, and I get trash bags. Like I get bleach, rags, trash bags, things like that.
Yep.
But she was already gone when he did that. This is the aftermath, and I'm wondering where the kids were, if they were sleeping, because
Right.
again, I keep getting a reference to her kids, but she's only telling me 2, so I don't know if the other one just doesn't know, or she's too young, he's too young, or something.
That is
And
possible.
the 2 are older and they know more. Like it's a separation of the, like that's how that's how I'm perceiving it.
Yes, and that is possible. Yes.
Okay, so the one kid is younger than the other 2.
I think he's only like 2, so yeah.
Okay, well there's the 2, but it, I mean, there's another reason for 2 possibly, but it could be that she's saying the 2-year-old knows more, or the 2 older knows more. There's something with the kids there.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know why I'm hearing 500 feet. I don't know what that would be. I'm gonna write it down. It feels significant. Like I don't know if they're saying like outside 500 feet, or
Right.
I'm not really like because me and you talked. He had an ankle monitor. That's the only thing you've told me about that. I don't know if that's like the range you can go. I'm not really sure why I'm getting that. Which is weird because he went to the store. So
yeah.
How'd he go to the store? I mean, that's kind of baffling to me. Right. I mean, maybe he's allowed to go at certain hours or something like that, and that's why he picked the hour to go to the store. So there's a lot of cleaning that's going on, but I mean, it's still able to be found. It's like I get luminol, like they go in there and they light it up with luminol, and I just see kind of everywhere. And so I'm wondering again if and I talked to you about this last night. I was getting like the reference to a wood chipper, but I don't know if it's actually that, like the wood chipper in Fargo. I don't know if he has one, then okay. But it might be something else, because I kept hearing like a machine in my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if he actually also got like the big plastic stuff, like the big plastic, because there's a reference to like using that and putting her on it.
Right. Yeah.
And using the machine that he had. Okay, so it's weird because there's a reference to the garage, and there's a reference to the bathroom, like the bathtub in the bathroom.
Okay.
I don't know if he put her there for some point, like in the bathtub, and did stuff there and then moved her to the garage. I'm not really sure. Okay. But Like, this is gross. This is really bad. This guy he's demented. He's demented. I think he thought by doing this, you know, maybe they wouldn't be able to identify her, or she'd be easier to dispose of. Like, it comes across as that. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
But I get multiple trash bags. She's showing me more than one.
Okay.
She's separated, so she's in different areas, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the way it comes across to me, anyways.
Right.
Because
It's possible.
huh?
It's possible.
Yeah. It's like weird. Like, I see like her leg in one, and it's kind of like and then like her torso in another. It's really
Yeah.
This is probably one of the more graphic readings I've ever done. So again, I'm trying to be totally gentle here. But now I want to see where he put her, because I feel like if she was like on the house, on the property, like the cops would have found her right now.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of like, well, you know, they've been all over that place. Yeah. Probably with dogs and whatever else.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about the ankle monitor, like, how'd he leave? But I feel like he did somehow.
Yeah. He did leave.
Okay. And the thing that, okay, so the first thing I ever got when I tried to tap into her energy without doing the reading was, I keep getting an embankment with like trees and stuff and a river.
Okay.
Okay. Now I don't know if she's in the water, because it doesn't come across that way. It's more like a reference point of where he buried her, because there's a reference to I'm getting a reference to a shovel.
Okay.
And this is why I think he put her in pieces, easier to bury. Yeah. He doesn't have to bury one huge hole, you know, a bunch of like smaller holes.
Okay.
I hear 15 minutes. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that means like within 15 minutes. I'm also getting like a church, weirdly. Like, they're showing me like a church cross.
Okay.
I'm getting like an H sounding name, but I don't know. I can't. It's like Hangerman. Hangerman. I don't know. I can't get it. I'm getting like an H.
Okay.
There's also something about a dumpster.
Yes.
Where he put, I don't know if it's the cleaning stuff or whatever. I don't think she's in the dumpster, but I feel like so then they take me back to Jennifer, where he went and like went to a bunch of different trash cans and did that. It's kind of like that reference. So I mean, she's showing me like a dumpster where he dumped stuff, but I don't know if he was caught on camera. There's a reference to a camera that I'm seeing. That maybe he got caught on dumping stuff or going through, you know, he was caught on camera, something. They're showing me a camera. Right. I keep wanting to say that like this area kind of reminds me of like a national forest. It might not necessarily be a national forest, but it reminds me of it with the wooded area. Like, I'm getting wooded area like a lot. But it feels like there's an embankment with a river. that comes in really strongly. So it's almost like that might be really close to each other, because I can get things that are around or on the way when we're talking about location wise. This is weird. Okay, so I'm also getting like piles of sand.
Okay.
Sometimes that's like sometimes I get that with like what are those places called? With like, you know, where they have piles of sand, but I don't know what they're called. They're like I don't know what they're called. I can't think of it right now. Anyways, piles of sand with like equipment and stuff like that, but like piles of sand for some reason is coming in.
Okay.
It's definitely a place that I feel he knows. A place I feel maybe he, you know, like this would be a good place to bury body. Like the thoughts like kind of came in his head with it. It's definitely, I mean, I'm getting woods really strongly. Like I definitely feel like she's got to be, but it's weird. It's like I get like different parts of the wooded areas. You know, like different, like he put her in different parts of the same wooded area, like spread it out. It's really weird. I don't know.
Okay.
But again, I get a reference to, I mean, it's either a river or creek, but it's flowing water. I'm pretty sure it's because sometimes I always have a hard time telling what a river and creek is, because sometimes the rivers are bigger, sometimes, you know, sometimes the rivers are smaller, sometimes the creeks are bigger. But
Right.
I mean, it feels like a river, but I just keep seeing woods.
Okay.
I'd be curious if there's like any woods within like 15 minutes or 15 miles of that house.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like he drove very far. It doesn't feel like he went very far. I feel like he was on a time constraint. I get like long dark hair with him, or longer dark hair.
Yes.
Haven't really seen any pictures of the dude because I didn't want to look at him.
Right.
Do you know if he has like brown or like hazel eyes? His eyes are darker.
I'm not sure. I can look.
Okay. But and he's, I mean, chubby.
Yep. Yes.
He's a bigger guy. But
Yes.
also showing me railroad tracks, which is weird. I don't know why I would be getting railroad tracks.
Right.
I mean, it's weird because I get railroad tracks and then I also get, like I said, those sand things. Like those would be like kind of in the same area. It would seem like they're like what are those areas called? I'm trying to think of.
It's like where they sell sand or what?
No, like I can't think of the wording. But like the type of area where like they have those kind of businesses, like I don't know if they're construction businesses or but there's a word I'm trying to think of and I can't think of it for that type of area.
Okay.
It's like right there and I can't think of it. So I'm sure I will in a minute. But anyways, for some reason I'm getting tracks, the sand in a wooded area, and again I get stuff all the way around, and then a church too. I'm just gonna say 57. I know I got that in Idaho 4, but again, I'm getting that again, and what is weird is I just looked on my notebooks and there's a 57 at the end of it. So drawn to the number, just gonna say it.
Okay. His eyes are dark.
Okay. Yeah, he seemed like he had more darker features. And like I get like the chubbiest face, chubby, like like bigger hands.
Yep.
I don't know if it's raining. What that noise is. I just. I think it's almost like I want to go from the like the house, and then if I get to like a place where there's like piles of sand and railroad tracks, it's
Okay.
like in like a wooded area in between there. Like that's how it comes across.
Okay.
Um but that embankment with the river comes into, so like that was the first thing I got, so I try to stick with that first.
Okay.
Um I mean, it definitely comes across as like he's put her in a wooded area and buried her. That's, I mean, because I get like digging.
Okay.
And I don't know if he bought a shovel or had a shovel or what, but he's got like 5 trash bags.
Okay.
Because I get 5 when they show me trash bags, so it's like
Okay.
maybe 5 different trash bags, like black trash bags, is the way it comes across. I don't know. I feel like she's really business oriented, and I feel like if you talk to her coworkers, they'll say that there was a change. They'll say that, you know, she used to be really happy, but there was a change in her demeanor as time went on. And I don't even know if maybe her work was affected, because it comes across as possibly everything was affected. And I think people looking back, they realize it now, but maybe they didn't realize it at the time. I also get an arrow. I have no idea what that is, but they just keep showing me an arrow. And also a curve. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to tell me like there's a curve in the road around the area where she's at or something. Because I see like they show me like a road and then it like kind of curves. It's like one curve. She comes across as like very empathic, very kind, and unfortunately we're like that. We tend to attract the narcissistic types.
Right. Yep.
I feel like she was really liked by a lot of people.
Yes.
She keeps showing me her purse though. I don't know what it is with her purse. If it like he put it somewhere, or like he made it seem like it was, you know, it went with her wherever she went.
Right.
But there's something with her purse or keys and her phone that she's talking about. I also get 25. I'm not really sure what that is, but the 25th isn't very far away. So she shows me like kind of like I got with Quentin. I see people like in orange with dogs.
Okay.
So searching. I hear they're close. She says the words "they're close."
Okay.
And I mean, you'd think you'd be able to track like his thing. That's
Right.
what's throwing me off here is why can't they track that? Did he like take it off, or because sometimes people can remove them or mess with them.
Right.
It's weird. There's also a reference to like a liquor store.
Okay.
And then I don't know if he drank or it comes across as like he's got some kind of problem or addiction or something like that.
Okay.
I see him kind of snorting cocaine. I don't know if that's in the past or not. I don't.
Okay.
But it's almost like some of that would be why his personality changed.
Yeah.
Because she says that like he used to be pretty put together and stuff like in the past.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what shifted. It's she keeps talking about something changing, and then like she didn't recognize him anymore, and he wasn't like who she thought he was anymore. And like she said, he started getting violent with her and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just keep showing me woods.
Okay.
I'm not getting much more on location. There's a reference to a birthday. I don't know if it's just past or coming up or what, but she says birthday and getting like candles and stuff for that, like a birthday cake. So I don't know if it's one of her kids or what, but we're just trying to get validation.
Right.
I don't know. She comes across as like she was really vibrant. Like she's really vibrant, but something about it, like that vibrancy got dulled. Like it started getting dulled. And actually, I think the kids had seen like these temper fits and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I think there was a big fear going on in the household. And it was one of those things like he just never knew when he was going to strike, kind of thing.
Right.
And there's a reference to, I don't know, kids hiding in the closet. So I don't know if he would start screaming and yelling and they would get scared. And she was trying to take her kids and leave. Like she was trying to do that.
Yeah.
But she says it's easier said than done. Like she was trying to do it.
Yeah.
And she had to find a place to go, and she had to do it in a way where she felt it was going to be safe. Like where she could get away without him really knowing. Like that was her plan. Like I feel like she had a plan in place, and I feel like she maybe put money away or had a go bag or something like that. Like it comes across as that. Also, there's some kind of message that she put out or gave to somebody about if something happened to her, it was her husband or things were going bad and all of that. Like I don't know if she told somebody that, put a video out, or there's something where she tried to basically she foretold what was going to happen to her, and she wanted everybody to know who it was, like
Okay.
in a way.
Yeah.
Or she told somebody, or I feel like there's a video or something where it's hinted at.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but it's like I feel intuitively knew her fate, and intuitively like she was trying to avoid that fate, but there's a reference to balloons, so I don't know if that's like I usually get that if they're gonna be, sometimes I get it for birthdays, but I usually get it, or a celebration. Usually get it if they're gonna be released or have been released or something of that sort, or some kind of like celebration of her life kind of thing. Like that's what balloons usually mean to me. There's also a reference, I don't know why I'm getting a park with like a pond. I don't really know what that's about.
Okay.
But she's showing me a park with a pond. I also get a B. It's like a weird name. I can't get it all the way.
Could B be her husband's name?
I don't know. I already know his name. Like I said, there's a thing with Brian lately. And that's only because someone told me, but no, it feels like, it feels like it could be. I mean, it could be, I guess, but it feels like it could be something else.
Okay.
Because the name, it's like I'm trying to pull the name, but I can't.
Okay.
I don't know what her business is, but it's like she feels very professional to me.
Yep.
Like, and I think he was jealous.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she was the breadwinner, and she was she got all this attention all the time, and she was really good in life, and here he is a bum. Like I feel like he was jealous of that with her. Like it kind of made him have like this internal hatred for her.
Yep.
Because that kind of comes across. Like he didn't like her being more successful than he was. Like, and he's just kind of like a loser. I don't know. I mean, seriously, he comes across as someone that just doesn't do anything and have anything with his life. Like, I feel like she was, I don't know. I don't think he was always like that, but she said he didn't do anything all day.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means like he watched, played video games or watched TV or something like that. It comes across like that. Like,
okay.
And also I feel like there's maybe an addiction to, like stuff on computer, like porn and stuff like that. Like,
okay.
I don't know if she caught him at one point or like she's just telling that she knew about it. Okay. But like I also see him on like the computer. And I also get, she's taking me back to like when this was happening. I get that he did put his like hands around her throat.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
That he did. Like they have a lot of evidence on this guy. This guy's screwed.
Yes.
Screwed. There's a lot of like, I feel like a lot of DNA evidence, a lot of blood evidence, even hair maybe, but he's going to jail. Like he's done for. That's it. I don't even think they need her body to convict him.
I just remembered they found a knife with blood on it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would go with my knife.
Yeah, I just remembered.
Because I didn't. I don't know if the garage I'm getting is do they have a garage? It's not a garage, it's somewhere like a garage.
I'm pretty sure they do.
So getting into his what she's showing me is like he just went crazy.
Okay.
And even like the cleaning up, he went crazy. Like I feel like he's in like this manic state. Like he's just in a manic state.
Right.
but dude's done for. They show me, you know, handcuffs, jumpsuit, all that stuff. And I hear life in prison, but he might even get more than that, but that's what I hear. February significant. Keep taking me to that month for some reason. They got loads of evidence on him, like just physical evidence. There's a lot of physical evidence that he left.
Yeah.
He was just so sloppy.
Yeah.
And he tried to be like smart about, oh yeah, she went on her trip and didn't come home, and it's like that kind of stuff. But I mean, no one believed it.
Right.
Okay, so there's something with her kids again. She's worried about her kids.
Yeah.
Because she says they have no family now.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna be with family. There's a reason that they're not, and that might be another, like they might separate the 3 kids, like they might have the 2 go together and the 1 separate. That might be another reason I'm getting that.
That is actually something that they're worried about, is the boys not being able to stay together.
Okay. So that might be why I'm getting the separation thing, and why she was, even if she was talking about it a long time ago, like in the beginning, like it's something she doesn't like.
Yeah.
But I hear like foster care.
Yes, they
And
are.
adoption, like
Yeah.
they're gonna end up having to be adopted. There's something with their, like her family can't take them or something, or there's something weird there. But and neither can his family. It's really sad. That's what she's worried about, is like they've lost both parents, and she says it's traumatic for them, and she's like worried about them.
Yeah.
But I think she's gonna do everything she can from the other side to make sure they get good homes.
Yeah.
Hopefully they all get to stay together, but it's like they show me the 2 olders and then the 1 younger. Like I keep getting the separation there. I hope I'm wrong on that. And I don't know if, again, that has anything to do with that night, or if she's talking about them being separated, because it's like I get 2 and then I get 1. Like there's like a separation there.
Right.
And she's really worried about, her boys. She calls them her boys. She's worried about the boys. Because I feel she was a really good mom, a very attentive mom.
Yeah.
And she always made sure they were taken care of. And she was trying to protect them.
Yeah.
Like she had in place to protect them, because she really thought he was going to kill all of them, or unalive all of them. It comes across as, again, I get that Chris Watts vibe. Like he had even thought about it.
Wow.
But she's saying, a part of her path was to protect her children.
Yeah.
That happened that night. And a lot of people might not understand this. But this happened that night so that basically she sacrificed herself on a soul level, because by him doing that to her, now her kids are out of the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's very possible, if that wouldn't have happened, that he probably would have done away with everybody, because that's where his thoughts were, and something that I feel like could have very much happened. Like he had even thought, well, I don't even know about the like unaliving himself, like not unaliving them, and like you know how that's happening a lot lately. It kind of comes across that was even a possibility, but it's almost like he had thought about it, but he got swept in the moment of doing this that night, and then it was like, I have to take care of her and do that, and his kids weren't even on his mind. So in a way, it kind of saved their lives.
Yeah.
I know that's like hard, like that's so hard to understand from a human perspective, okay? But she was a protector of her kids.
Right.
She's mama bear. And even now she's gonna protect them on the other side. It's just she can only do so much, but she's gonna protect them the best that she can.
Yeah.
But she said now because of this, he's out of their lives for good, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
Because I feel maybe he threatened it or something. Like she's talking about, like maybe he said something or threatened it or something like that. She takes my attention. I don't know why, but to the necklace that she's wearing in this picture. I don't know if it's something she always wore, and then like when this happened, it's in the house somewhere, or it's, I don't really know what that's about. I keep getting kind of pulled into it. So usually when I'm pulled into something like that someone's wearing, it's important. I don't know why I'm hearing why I'm getting a reference to cement.
Okay.
I don't know what that's about. I'll just say it because I hear it, but I'm not really sure the reference, because at the same time, again, she's showing me a wooded area. Like, that's coming in really strongly. I can get, like, I don't know if they really have pine needles, or that's just my reference to how I see woods, like leaves and stuff like that. Lot of trees, but there's certain parts of the ground that are softer. Do they have like stairs that goes like to a basement or something like that? I feel like I want to go under the house, but not
Yes.
under the house. But is it? I wonder if the floor is cement down there.
Probably.
Because it's like when I get cement, I see a cement floor.
Okay.
I'm not saying like he put her under there, because that would be really hard to do. I'm not really sure why I'm getting that unless there's evidence in the cement. I don't know.
They found evidence in the basement. I don't know if that's why you're getting that or not.
Maybe. It's weird. I feel like there's, like I said, there's a reference to the garage, the basement, and the bathroom, like the bathtub in the bathroom.
Okay.
But again, this feels like it happened. For some reason, I keep getting like, I'd like to know what the inside of their house looks like, because I keep getting the kitchen and then the living room and like the area like between there.
Okay.
Like I said, I keep seeing him grab a knife off the kitchen counter, and it
Okay.
might be symbolic,
Right.
like a kitchen knife, but I don't know if maybe she was cooking dinner and all this happened, and the knife was readily available. Like,
Right.
that's kind of how it comes across. This is weird. I wonder if there's someone in the family or something that has breast cancer or something. I'm getting like the color pink, but then I'm getting it like with a ribbon, which reminds me of breast cancer, and I'm not really sure why I'm getting that.
Okay.
Unless it's someone like on the other side with her, or someone in the family somewhere, or maybe her. I don't really know. But I'm getting my symbol for that.
Okay.
Or she supported it. I'm not, maybe she did something for it, like ran for it or something. I don't know. I also hear the name Branch, which is weird. Sometimes it's a word, like a name somewhere, though.
Right.
And also, I don't know why she's showing me like a sheet of metal.
Okay.
No idea. She said like his eyes turn black. I wonder if they get really dark.
Okay.
Which I know sometimes people's eyes change, like when they have like the, or sometimes if they're overtaken by something. But
yeah,
she's talking about his eyes like turned black or something. She just says, "I love my boys."
yeah.
And she's flashing me like all these images of like memories that she has with them and growing up and stuff. She's like, that's my biggest thing, and I need them to know that I love them in case they ever see this. I love my boys. Getting a J. I don't know. Just trying to see if I could get their names. I'm not great at names. I'm gonna say a name, and I don't know if it fits here or not, but I hear Nathan or Nathaniel.
Okay.
And again, I don't know if that's like a connection or something, or maybe even a different case.
Okay.
She's making my head hurt really bad for some reason all of a sudden. Really, really brutal, but she says like her soul left like right away. So for anybody thinking, that she went through it, like what was done to her body, she wasn't in it. From the first blow, she was gone. So for some reason, that feels important that she wants to mention that, because this was really brutal. This is extremely, extremely brutal.
Right.
She says he's a dumbass, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just her words. I'm not trying to laugh, but that's just the way she said it. He's a dumbass.
Yeah.
And then she shows me her standing in the light over there. I guess it's important that people know that she's okay.
Okay.
She says, I had a purpose just like everybody has a purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's all I'm getting.
Okay. She was a realtor. I didn't.
I was going to say that. Damn it. I should have said it.
And then there's one question I'm going to ask because it might get brought up a lot is behind their house looks pretty wooded.
Okay.
Do you think he buried her back there, or do you think he put her in a cart and traveled? And I know that's going to come up a lot. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know, because I believe the cops have looked there.
Right.
If they have dogs and stuff, I mean, they're following the dog's scent. And I think that the dogs would have picked it up if it was that close to the house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah. Because I would think, because of what we talked about with the ankle monitor, that he would have her close. But
right.
Getting all this other stuff like the church and the sand and the railroad tracks, it makes me feel like if that's not right by her house, then,
yeah,
it's like I feel like I'm in a wooded area between her house and an area like that.
Okay.
And I wish I still can't remember the name of what I'm wanting to call it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
We've said it in other readings, like when I've gotten areas like that. I just, for some reason, my mind is blank on what they're called right now. But I also hear new development, so that's kind of weird. Yeah, I should have said real estate. I was thinking that. That's I could kick myself sometimes when I don't say what I feel.
Yeah.
I question things too. I'm human. I wonder if she was like selling part of a new development that he knew about or something.
I'm not sure about a new development, but they were selling off properties.
Theirs or someone else's?
Theirs.
So they have other properties?
Yeah. And then
wonder...
she went to go and she was supposed to buy a property, which could be a new development.
So I'm just wondering if there's any wooded areas by one of these properties that they had. Because again, it's a place he knows.
Right.
And I'm wondering if any of them are near a new development. Because I'm getting like, sometimes when they go to build houses and they have like it's like all dirt right there.
Yeah.
Where they're going to put the houses. Like I'm getting that for some reason.
Okay.
But I do get like wooded area very strongly, but it could just, I do see him walking around in wooded area, but he put her in different places. So I don't know if she's all in the wooded area or if he,
Right.
I'm thinking that one of their other houses must be significant or something.
Right.
I'd be curious if there's one near anything that I've talked about.
True.
Because again, it comes across as a place that he is familiar with, a place that he knows.
Yeah, they were selling off assets with the intention of reinvesting into a property she was intending to buy.
But they weren't sold yet?
Not that I'm aware of. Some of them were.
I'd be looking by, if we could find out where those properties were. The cops obviously know, but I'd be curious at where the properties were, if there's any by where I'm talking about. Because if she's in different pieces, she could be in more than one place, and that would be why I'm getting like the wooded area, and then I'm getting like, but again, I don't know, I keep seeing him walk around the woods. It's kind of weird. Like the woods and that river like come in really strongly, but then again, I go over here to like a more like where there's, I don't even know if there's railroad tracks and like sand and like stuff like that. But then I also see like where they start to build houses, there's like a new development, like like there's some houses built and then there's some empty lots. Right. Like that's what I keep seeing. Okay. And it could just be also, I'd be curious at where they are, because it could be she was trying to, there's something.
Yeah.
Like maybe not that house, but maybe a different house that they have, right. Like a different property.
Yeah. I just ran across something that might explain why his mood or attitude would change within the last year.
Okay.
The job that she took, she's been at for a year, and it's in Washington, D.C., so she's been flying back and forth.
Okay.
And it says she just started within the last year.
So she got, like, he got really possessive and stuff over that?
Yeah, because it's all across the country.
Yeah. Okay. That's why she comes across as really professional.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering if she eventually wanted to move.
Probably.
But I really think she was trying to leave him.
Yeah.
I think he knew it.
Right.
Yeah, I check on or around these other properties that I'm curious where they are. But it's weird. It's like they keep showing me like, you know how in Quentin where I got like a halfway point, or I got like in I don't know. They show me like the house, and then they show me all the other stuff I mentioned, and they show me the woods in the middle.
Okay.
And I haven't looked at the map, so I don't know if that's even like right.
Okay.
Like I don't even know where this was.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked at anything because I didn't. Like I didn't even look at anything because I wanted to. I wanted just to. I didn't want to be led by anything. So.
Right.
I'd be curious if there's any like woods by like any one of those houses she's. I don't know. Man, I should have said real estate. I thought about it when I was getting the business. I was getting houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm over here like second guessing it. Like I always do. Dang humanity.
Right? That's why I waited. I wanted to say it so bad, but I'm like, I'm going to wait to see if she gets it first.
I just didn't say it.
I was waiting for you to say it.
I know. You know me. Sometimes I just question it because I don't know. I think it's because everybody expects me to be right about stuff, and I'm worried I'm gonna get it wrong, and then people are gonna be like, "No."
Yeah.
And we don't edit these; we just post them. So
right.
There's that.
So I wonder if they shut the monitor off, like if he gets permission to go somewhere.
That's what I'm wondering, because he had. I mean, I imagine that he's allowed to go to the store and stuff, right? So that's probably how he went and got what he got. But
right.
But I feel like then he would have had to come back and use the trash bags and stuff, and then leave again.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's reference to midnight for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting any more.
Okay.
So let me turn it off.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Subscribe.
Thank you, guys.